Okay, we are live and we have Miss Lena from Down Under.
Hi, everybody, and thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And sorry about the time. We had a bit of a time debacle.
It's my
here.
fault.
It's okay. Well, we're here now, and if people don't catch it live now, they'll catch it later. So, you know, it should be okay. Now, hopefully, this is going to record on YouTube. So we'll see what happens.
It's all a mystery to me.
Yeah, me too. We're flying by the seat of our plants on this one. So anyway, anything new happening in Australia that we should know about?
Yes.
What's
okay. Now, we're having all the same problem with hikes on gas and electricity and all of that, right?
Oh,
Now,
no.
we are one of the biggest gas producers. We export gas, we export coal. No. Why are our bills through the roof? And it's got so bad. Our new government, you ready for this, viewers, have stepped in and said, this is market failure, this stuff. We have mountains of gas and coal. Something's really wrong with the system, and we're taking you over until further notice. They've suspended.
They're going to step in and make it a bit better.
They've stepped in and said, smarten up your act and stop treating people like this, and we'll get out again. If you continue like you are, we are here to take you over, the government.
Oh, I wish they would do that here.
It's never happened before. So this is interesting. And I hope Biden and his mob actually read the international news. This is actually major.
That is major. I tell you what, let's pull the cards and see if something like that could come to here.
If you said to me last week, would that ever happen? I would have gone, are you mad?
Exactly. But let's look and see.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Will this idea catch on?
Yeah, will governments start stepping in and putting the brakes on these oil companies that are just, wrecking havoc with people?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It is, absolutely. So let's look and see what we get with that.
Because we're a country that is driven by coal and gas and do. So I would have thought it was impossible.
Exactly. Well, it's not looking so great here, but let's look and see, if we have any kind of hope.
Yeah. And one state has done it really differently, and they've insisted over the last 5 years or whatever, you've got to keep 15% in reserve for locals. They're not having the issue, that one state. All the other states are having the issue, and they've gone after all the other states.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Just so much craziness going on now, I tell you.
Yes, hit the thumbs up, everybody. Yeah.
Absolutely.
On gas will.
I don't know what happened. Oh, what happened with this? I got something weird going on over here.
What is it?
It went to banners instead of the comments. So
okay.
It was wigging out over there. Okay. Do you have yours ready?
I'm ready.
Go for it.
Look, this could be wishful thinking, but the cards are quite explicit.
Oh, good.
I'm thrilled. Now, this could be one of two things, this Knight of Swords. This could be the oil and gas companies going gung-ho, which they do for their investors, and that's what the problem is and all of that. Alternatively, because of this question, it might be governments waking up. Okay. But justice, i.e. justice for the people, I then get my Biden card. Okay. This is our card, or for most readers, 10 of Pentacles. It's intergenerational money, but it's also big companies, big profits, because they're all still making profits, mega profit. Okay. And the world, looking at Australia, this will be interesting. I'm thrilled with that. Like, it could be wishful thinking on my part, tainting the cards, but it looks good, because I think all governments are looking for a way around this as they go into elections. They don't care the rest of the time. Yeah.
Exactly. So let's look and see what we have on my side. Well, first thing, we have a mountain. It's a difficult thing, and they kind of doing this emotional journey and looking for higher, better things. But this can also be sometimes walking away from, this is my card for Trump, for 45, for the uber right. So it could be the mountain is coming up and they're ready to walk away from the uber right drama. Because what we have below it, the foundation, is the merchant, and they are cutting the merchant at the knees.
Interesting.
So it's looking good. When it comes to the financial things going forward, there's judgment coming in. They're looking at this with a fine-tooth comb. And when it comes now, I don't know who the lady is in this, but someone is having the swords in the back, the ending to what they're doing to the families, this family. It could also be the swords in the back, the things taking down 45 and his family, because that's my card for their doings and their weaknesses, etc. So that could go along with the other thing of the uber right is losing its toehold on everything.
So it's very positive. I have to think.
Yes, it's looking positive that maybe they will start stepping in, which would be a good thing. So how are things over there in Australia with weather situations? Are you guys good?
Oh, no. Well, I'm not the one to ask, because I live in a cold state. So I'm cold and miserable. I come from the north, where it's tropical virtually all year round. But what we're up against is flooding.
They're having flooding here too. Just where I wanted to go, Yellowstone Park, they've had major floods. They've never had the floods like they had there now, and it's washed the roads away. So that is going to be closed for quite some time.
Yes. And that's a big tourist revenue source.
It is. So, the weather that's going around everywhere.
I know. And we're so sick of hearing it's a once in 100-year event, a once in 100-year event. Well, no, it's happening more and more often everywhere. Yeah.
Exactly. I think it's going to keep amping up every year, more of this. So onwards and upwards, what I got was the question that came in from Whitmeister is, did Marjorie Trader Greene plant the bombs on the January 6th?
Okay. Was she we'll say involved, because I doubt she was out there in her overcoat doing it. Although you never know with her. She is clinically, I think, in need of professional help.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. You can't believe what she says. Every day it's something new that she comes out with that you just are shaking your head going, I can't believe that I heard that.
Yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene and the pipe bombs. Because we haven't heard anything about the pipe bombs so far with January 6th, have we?
No, not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. But it has been interesting what's come out so far.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that Fox is now showing it.
Mind you, they're editing it and they're commentating over it, but they can't hide everything.
But they can't, no. Yeah. They can't hide the fact that it's his upper echelon that is testifying. So.
Okay, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now, her first card is the Nine of Pentacles, the card of sitting pretty. This is, I think, her birthright in her family. She is phenomenally wealthy, not just
is she?
Comfortable, hugely wealthy. Right?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like Tucker Carlson. It's one of those, like, you know, massively.
The minute you said that, that's what rang here. It's like, oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, we're not talking, you know, middle-class family who could afford to put their kids through college. No, we're talking serious Munneroonies. Oh. Now, there's another aspect that gets forgotten a bit with the Nine of Pentacles. If you see the robe on this, it's slightly too big for the figure. So there can be that thing, and I think it applies here with Marjorie Taylor Greene. The job is too big for her, well, her to understand, let alone do, you know, so there's that. But she magnifies everything with the Empress here.
Yeah.
You know, a bit too much. Now, the next cards speak for themselves. I didn't actually get the pipe bomb connection. It more or less went, she's going to be on the outer if she isn't already. There could be some illustration of theft in some way because they always overdo it. Did you see Lauren Boebert's tax thing? Where she claimed so many miles that you could go around the world 1.5 times. So I think it might be something like that.
Yeah.
That'll bring her undone and she will have to move away. But I didn't get a clear response or any response really on the pipe bombs, which would in itself suggest a no to me.
Yep. Okay, so what I got was the bridge. She was a bridge talking to others about bringing up the government, you know.
Yes, yes.
So, yeah, absolutely. She was out there promoting it, putting light on it, putting out her whatever, her emails or whatever she's doing. Again, the communication with the uber right about stabbing the government in the back.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And so this is what she's using in her position of power for the government. That's her strength and her, you know, way that she thinks she's going to go forward with her career. So, no, I don't get that she was the one out there physically doing it. But, oh, yeah, she's back there behind the scenes, rallying them, and just as bad as 45 with, you know, getting them amped up to go and attack. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. What cards are you using, Lady G?
This one is the Gilded Reverie Lenormand that I'm using with, you know, the 70s, 70s tarot, an older deck. So,
okay,
let's go forward. Next question was, can you address what are the chances for DeSantis presidency? The Satan from over there in Florida.
Okay, I don't want to jump the gun and talk about him, whether he will or won't in 2024. I think we need to take it in bite-sized pieces, and this is the matchup to watch. So it's who the GOP will put up out of Trump and DeSantis. Yeah?
Exactly. Okay. So we're going to read who is going to run. Does he have a chance for running for maybe?
Yeah. Will the GOP back DeSantis?
Yeah. Will the GOP back? Okay, let's do that. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay. Because I just don't want to put any oxygen into him getting over the line. There's a long way to go in the next 2 years, obviously.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Let's just see, will the GOP back him?
I agree with that. Will GOP back Satan over there?
Will the GOP back DeSantis? Oh, this is a bit weird.
Mm.
Mm.
I know. That's me too.
Mm. I think this is talking about now because at the moment their hands are tied, right? I think probably if you took an anonymous poll in a back room of GOPs, they would much prefer him because he's a smarter version of Trump. He's as ruthless, but he's more of a political animal. They could get much more mileage ultimately out of DeSantis. But they can't yet, I think, because the problem is the public's not ready to let go of the Yeti. Okay. In any event, it's back to the future in the sense of 1950s thinking on their part. I've got women celebrating, which is a bit weird. I think it could be that women in the GOP would be much more likely and enthusiastic to vote for DeSantis for all the wrong reasons, but nonetheless, he's, infinitely not as repulsive physically as the Yeti, but he comes with more problems. I think he's more dangerous. But they're keeping their options open.
Yeah.
In the sense that the raised sword, they want to win. And if it gets ugly, they will fight ugly and they will get rid of the Yeti themselves nearer the time if other things don't.
Yeah. I think you're right. So what I feel is happening is like our other read we had, 45 is going out the door. The January 6th thing is just, with Fox deciding to air it, they're, backing off from him. So what I see coming with DeSantis is, as far as the new action, the things that are happening now rapidly are just, going to continue to happen when it comes to the uber right. And I think that that women, and I think it's ones like Boebert and those type of the uber right that are charging forward and have been charging forward. And ones like, what was her name? The Release the Kraken,
Oh, yeah.
All of those are, in dire straits now because we have going into the light being shed, clouds coming now for him, and abuses of power. So I think this has to do not only with him, but the uber right in general, with the whole January 6th thing blowing up into a massive thing. So what we have also is really the unhappy things coming. Things are not going well. The Pandora's box, for me, this represents the Pandora's box.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's what I get for the Pandora's box, and the top clock is ticking. Okay, so more is coming out, more unhappiness, the Pandora's box, and abuses that he's done, abuses of power.
Yeah.
It may be a bridge too far. They may be, when you pulled the card of the past, the past things, what I felt with that is going back to more conservative Republicans, maybe be stepping forward.
Except that's dangerous because DeSantis is not a center of the road.
Right, exactly.
Republican.
I think that's
you can see
be
how people would think that. He can put
Yeah.
a sentence together. In fact, probably two, you
Yeah.
know. But having said that, you know, with the Don't Say Gay bill and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
he is really dangerous too. How he handled COVID, you know.
Oh, yeah.
I would like to see a class action from people who lost relatives in COVID because of his policies. You know?
Exactly. I see.
The only thing that
it's going to be a bridge too far. When all this stuff blows up about January 6th and indictments start coming down and things, I think they're going to let's do a read on that. Is the Republican Party going to become more like it used to be, getting rid of this uber right and going more conservative, going back to some of Republican
to some
values.
small c conservative? Okay.
Let's look and see. Will they become more conservative due to this blow up?
Yes. Will the GOP? Yeah, but no, but yeah.
Would you like to expound on that a little more?
Okay. Now they kick off with the Ace of Wands, which is, I think, them trying to find their new direction and go with their strengths, you know, and their strengths being Leave It to Beaver type mentality of the myth of when America was great, you know. But they're being stabbed in the back by each other, I would suggest, at this stage, you know. So they're really, really conflicted. They're really confused at this. They've created this monster, right?
Yeah.
And it's really hard for them to pull back because on the one hand, yes, it was a personality-driven cult, but we now have Trumpism, even if Trump dropped dead tomorrow morning, right? So that's what they're fighting, this ongoing demon of the far right unleashed, okay, which here is represented by that card. So in answer to the question, will they go back to more conservative thinking? We'll have to wait and see. They will be discussing it, planning it, but I don't think it'll be a neat answer for them.
Yeah.
And a split in the party between centrists and far right could leave them in the political wilderness for a generation. So we can only sort of hope and pray they don't sort it out, you know.
Well, what I have going into it, you know, they have with these investigations, and I think they're doing a little soul searching and things because January 6th commission, this stuff coming out is hanging them up. They're going to have to look at a different view because things are getting cut right and left with what's going on. It's looking like they're going to have to retreat and look at a new message coming in. They're going to have to regroup. They're going to have to do something because the way it's going now with the uber right, with the wealthy, you know, wanting to lead the party with all their wealth and drama and trying to manipulate it, they're going to look at that key. You know, are they going to be able, the wealthy, continue to manipulate things? But what we got here is behind the scenes, the dark money, the losses, And of course, the fox, the sly fox, continuing to try to manipulate it. So it looks like same thing like you got. They've got to do some soul searching, and they're going to have to look at it. They're going to be up in the air with things, trying to figure it out. What's the key?
Yeah.
What's the key? Can we continue to manipulate it? Can we continue to have that uber right money behind it? The Koch brothers and the rest of them.
Yeah.
So, yep, same thing. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but they're going to have
I
to.
think he's their legacy nightmare. I do, regardless of what happens to him.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's see what else we have. Is it true that Putin was allowed in this country for medical treatment and then was able to leave?
I'm interested in that because, lest we forget, after 9/11, the Saudi royal family were allowed to, despite 15 Saudis doing 9/11.
Yes.
America let all the Saudi royals go under Bush and all of that. I've never understood America's relationship with Saudi Arabia. We know it's oil. Yes, it's oil, Lena, of course. However, after 9/11, when everyone in the world, we are all still living the aftermath of 9/11. Every time we go to an airport, everything. And yet America, Biden and those have been going to Saudi recently, sneakily. Or he's intending to go. He's up front, but others in the administration have been going to Saudi Arabia. What? I'm sorry, I digress. What was the question, Lady Ju?
Are you having a senior moment with me?
I'm having a senior moment. Putin.
Did Putin come here for medical treatment and then was allowed to leave?
Right. Okay. I'm so onto it. Look. Did Putin come and go for medical treatment? Are you ready? Do you want to go?
No, I'm not ready. I'm still pulling cards as well.
Okay. All right. Biden here in the tower. Okay.
This is kind of an odd one.
Yeah. It's
got to figure this out.
The first one, it's hard to figure this out. The 7 of Wands, I didn't get any screaming yeses, or for that matter, no. But here's what I did get. The top card, the card of defending. Now, it turns up over Biden, and my first thought was, oh, maybe he did, and Biden's defending that or preparing to defend for that or something. But you know what? I think he asked. The hangman. It didn't actually happen. I think there were maybe conversations, and then Biden decided it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that would have made his position bad, backed against him. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be a bridge too far, and this is, I think, how Biden saw it. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
No. Yeah. So I think, depending what you get, you could bet your bottom dollar if he got a no from the US, he would have gone somewhere else in the West. He wouldn't be in Leningrad General Hospital.
Exactly. So what I got is, under the cover of night.
Yeah.
We had.
Yeah. Look at that.
We had, the wheel is turning and, all of the drama coming up and things, wanting to charge forward with that, did send a communique.
Yes.
But as you are right, I think it's right. They put an end to that. No, that's not going to happen. You're not going to be able to manipulate that. Okay?
That's right.
So that's the good news. Can't manipulate that. This is a mountain. They reassessed it, and no amount of money was worth that. So no.
Yeah.
no.
It's amazing. I think they were quite similar, those readings. There was definitely an overture made, money offered.
Yes. Exactly. Okay, let's see. People are saying they didn't find this listed, that I had the first one out, and I guess they had gone to the first time link. And so that's why we're missing quite a few people, because they went to the first one.
Sorry about that, guys. It's a miracle we're here at all, really.
Exactly. If we do this more often, maybe we'll
get better at it.
We'll get it better, and we'll figure out time, and we'll have the right one put up from the beginning.
Yeah. Because I'm sitting here on Friday,
Yes. Oh, that's right. You're a day ahead. I'm so bad with time zones. I tell you, I am just,
well, I've become a whiz at time zones overall, because I have to deal with it every day, and there are world meeting planners and things. But I've now got it in my head. EST is 14 hours behind me. California is 17 hours behind me. Mountain Time 16 hours. I've got it all.
Well, I'm glad you do. I'm glad one of us does, because I am so bad with the time zones and things.
Yeah. And I say to anyone I'm collaborating with, just give me your time, hun. I'll work it out, because everyone gets it wrong,
I'll figure this part out. You figure the time, and we'll wind
just
up somewhere in the middle. Okay, the last question I had, people wanted to have a reading on Lauren Boebert.
Look, I've got the biggest scandal ever on Lauren, but I'm about to do an emergency video straight after this on that, and I want to save it for another half hour, because it's epic. So I'd refer you all, keep a lookout for my next video, which will be very shortly, about Lauren Boebert. This will blow your socks off. And I just got it 5 minutes before coming on here. So forgive me, Lady G.
Okay.
So we need another question.
Well, be that way.
I know. But it's so epic. If it was a little bit of gossip, I'd be perfectly happy to do it here and repeat. But we're talking groundbreaking.
Well, no, we'll let you save that for your thing. And everybody, when you're done here, run over to Lena's channel.
Well, give me time to make it, but it'll be short. Yeah, normally I do videos every 4 days. It's only 2 days. And I thought, I can't leave this. I've got to go on today. So I'm really fired up about it.
That must be groundbreaking. So we'll check it.
Prepare to have your jaw scraping on the bitumen. I mean, really. Have I tantalized you all?
Absolutely.
Okay, now we need one more question. Let's throw it to viewers. The first question that comes through. There, we've got time for one more question, because I've sabotaged Lady G. I'm sorry about that with her last question. So throw us a question and we'd be thrilled to answer it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yes. So
well, I don't see Dump's rally tomorrow in Memphis.
Oh, okay. Will we read on that?
Yeah, we can read on that.
Thank you for the Memphis question.
Thank you. Oh, so how is the rally going to go in? Now we know he's going to be over there whining and crying, and they're so unfair. It's a kangaroo court.
Yeah, all of it. A Russian hoax. I'm surprised it's going ahead, because the Memphis police were complaining in advance about providing security because he doesn't pay his bills.
Exactly.
So let's see happens in
Why are
Memphis.
these cards not surprising?
Are you ready?
Not quite. I've got the other deck. Go ahead.
Oh, look.
Ready.
Okay.
If you're not, we'll keep ruffling, shuffling over here, and we'll make
Timothy
it.
Gallagher says he's got an Elvis Presley cosplay outfit from Memphis. Oh, wow. I only pulled 4 cards, and 3 are major arcana. For those learning tarot, that's the big guns. I mean, seriously, the big guns. So I'm a bit surprised, actually. Oh, there's something intensely secret about this, whether the venue's changed at the last minute or there's something, should we be surprised, that's not up front about this rally. He's intending to come in, as the glorious leader, riding to victory in Memphis. Okay. Now, he may or may not pull that off.
He doesn't ride on the horse with Pootie.
Yeah, really. Except, can you imagine Trump on a horse? He's a Queen's boy, and there's no way he would do that. It's probably one of the few things he wouldn't even do for money.
Yeah, no, I can't see him on a horse. He's scared of his shadow.
He doesn't like horses. I'm sorry, he doesn't like dogs, let alone horses.
No.
Never trust anyone who doesn't like dogs, my mother used to say. Anyway, his next card is the Magician. Now, using my arm as windscreen wiper, very high tech on my channel. All the major arcana, I don't do reversals, so I think of them as sitting on a spectrum. Mm-hmm. So with the Magician, it's everything from the worst to the best, and everything in between is possible. Yeah. But here's the thing. I was thinking, does that mean he pulls it off and he attracts huge amounts of people? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so with the death card. And then it'll be reinvented that there was a hurricane warning or something, and that's why people didn't come, or, that could be the secrecy. Oh, yeah. They didn't come because.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you get?
Well, what I got is we have the male figure. So we have, 45 with his offering, but things are getting tied up.
Yeah.
Okay? It's not going to go well. He wants to charge forward, but we got a little problem with the contracts. And we have, again, trying to get away with it, wanting to be the big merchant, putting out his nonsense, but we're looking at the health of things. It's not a healthy situation. When it comes to him trying to defend, we have the American public, and I think just too much is coming out from the government, the January 6th commission. So I don't think he's going to have the big rally that he usually does.
Yeah. Well, they've been shrinking steadily,
yes,
over 2 years, because the biggest problem that Trump's up against is he's got boring.
Yes.
Okay, that's the biggest problem for a carnival barker, when your spiel gets stale.
It's the same thing time after time after time. He needs new material. Let's face it.
Absolutely. It's a really simple formula.
Bad. And this one, all he's going to do is rant about how they're setting it up, how they're lying about him, how he won. His usual drama is going to be put out there as usual.
Yeah. And they've all heard it before because they listen to him.
Exactly. He needs new writers.
Yeah. Don't tell him.
Yeah, no, we won't tell him. So We are guys, at the 40-minute mark. We're right at the 40-minute mark. And so, we want to thank everyone for showing up that came in. And thank you, Lena from Down Under, for spending some time with us this evening. Always enjoy.
But we've now cracked the formula, Lady G, so we'll have to do it again.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe we could do it monthly or something, because I love working with you. Thank you so much for organizing this.
Oh, anytime. We'll talk about it and discuss it and see how often we want to do this, but most definitely we will be at least monthly. And if I can wrangle her out to come in, maybe a little more often than once a month, but we'll see.
Sure. We'll see. We'll definitely do it. It's been a lot of fun, and thank you guys for checking in. Really appreciate it.
Yes, we apologize that, yes, we're not worthy. We're not worthy. We got the thing wrong. I think what I need to do is wait till kind of the last minute on the day to set it up, because something is happening. People were saying there was a different stream. So I've got to figure out exactly what happened, went wrong.
Yes.
Wrong with Corrigan, but anyway, we did make it, and this will be up there. And thank you, everyone, for showing up. We do so appreciate it. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate that too. Much love and light to all of you.
Blessings.
Yes, thank you.
Ciao.